Welcome to my channel.
Asterisk, asterisk, I didn't report him. I just waited, asterisk, asterisk. If you've ever had a teacher who clearly didn't like you, you'll understand how strange that feels. Not hate, not even open hostility, just bias.subtle.consistent.unfair. My name's Alex. And in 10th grade, I had a teacher named Mr. Turner. At first, I thought it was in my head. You know how it is, you don't want to be that student who complains. So you ignore it, you give it time, you assume it'll pass, and it didn't. Mr. Turner taught history. I liked history. I was good at it. At least I used to be. The first time something felt off was during a class discussion. I answered a question, not perfectly, but correctly. He looked at me for a second, then said, "That's not quite right," and moved on. A few minutes later, another student, Chris, gave almost the exact same answer. Same idea. Same structure. Mr. Turner nodded. Double quotes. Good. That's what I was looking for. I remember sitting there, confused. Not angry. Just confused. At first, I let it go. One moment doesn't mean anything. But then it happened again. And again. Assignments. Participation. Even simple questions. I'd say something and it was dismissed. Someone else would repeat it and suddenly it was correct. It wasn't obvious enough to call out. Not directly, but it was consistent enough to feel real. And once you notice a pattern, you can't unsee it. Then came the grading. That's when it stopped being subtle. I put real effort into my essays. Research. Structure. Arguments. Dash. And still my grades didn't reflect it. B minus, C plus. Meanwhile, Chris, who I had literally helped before, was getting A's. That's when it stopped being doubt and became certainty. Something wasn't right. I thought about reporting it. Going to administration, talking to a counselor. But I hesitated because I didn't have proof, just a pattern, and patterns are easy to dismiss. So instead I did something else. I paid attention, not emotionally, not reactively, just objectively. I started keeping copies of everything. My assignments, my drafts, my notes. And something interesting happened. I realized my work wasn't the problem. The feedback was, it was inconsistent. Vague. Sometimes even contradictory. One essay needs stronger argument. Next essay with a stronger argument. Too aggressive in tone. It didn't make sense unless the goal wasn't improvement, unless the goal was control. That thought stayed with me. Then one day, something slipped during class. Mr. Turner was reviewing an essay, Chris's essay. He was praising it, highlighting structure. Clarity. Argument. Dash. And as he read parts of it out loud, I froze because I recognized it. Not the topic. Not the idea. The wording. Exact phrases. My phrases from a draft I had shared weeks earlier. Not the final version. The draft. The one I had shown Chris. Something clicked. It wasn't just bias. It was favoritism. And something worse. I didn't confront him, didn't confront Chris either. I just adjusted my approach. Next assignment, I did something different. I wrote 2 essays, one real, one version. The version wasn't bad. Just slightly off, weaker arguments, simpler structure, subtle flaws, and casually I let Chris see it. Same as before, he didn't even hesitate. A few days later, essays were submitted. When grades came back, I already knew what I'd see. Chris, me, B, but this time it didn't bother me because now I had something I didn't have before, a pattern with intention. I repeated it. Twice. Different topics. Same result. Then I stopped and turned everything in, all of it, my real essays. My drafts, his submissions, the overlap, the timelines, not to Mr. Turner, to the department head. I didn't accuse, didn't dramatize. I just Presented it clear simple documented at first. Nothing happened. Then slowly things shifted. Observations class visits. Quiet evaluations. No announcements. No confrontation. Just pressure. A few weeks later, grades were adjusted. Not dramatically, but noticeably. Feedback changed to more consistent. More specific. More fair. And Chris. He stopped asking for help. Stopped looking confident. Because without someone else's work, he didn't have much to stand on. At the end of the semester, something else happened. Mr. Turner wasn't teaching our class anymore. No explanation. No announcement. Just replaced. And that was it. No apology. No dramatic moment. But sitting in that new class getting feedback that actually made sense, being treated like everyone else, I realized something. I didn't need to fight him. I didn't need to expose him publicly. I just needed to be patient. Precise. And ready. Because sometimes the strongest move isn't reacting. It's waiting until the truth can't be ignored.